Hey riders, Muckers time again. It's Thursday. Championship Series, round 5 out of 5 for February. Is that correct? I think that's correct. I'm looking at the standings here. Let's have a quick look. So anyways, what we're doing today is the Lecht. It's part of the Babel Ride Across Britain course. And I mean, all I can say is, well, it's the Lecht. There's another route on Rouvy. I think it's only the climb itself, none of the lead-up stuff, the false flatty stuff. So basically, I think it's kind of like the halfway point of the course. That's all you'd be riding. It may even be less than that. It may be just the climb and not the downhill. Yeah, it wouldn't even be the downhill on the far side. The Lecht course on Rouvy is only just under 5 kilometers. So we got 15 kilometers here. And if I just ballpark it, I bet you from the middle part until, maybe the downhill, we start seeing the green on the far side of the profile here. If you look where my mouse pointer is, I bet you that's the other segment. I did that one maybe about a month ago. It's a really good ride. Really liked it. So anyways, I'm just kind of scrambling here and we're getting ready to start. Here we go, folks. So if I take a look here at the standings, so we got Gil Mattiau leading after 4 rounds. Yeah, after 4 rounds of 5 in the February Championship. Got some close battles going on too. Yaya Reki. You know I like to say your name. And right away I can see there's a huge turnout today. Looks like a huge turnout. This is time to get serious, folks. The Tuesday, let's all ride at 1.5 to 2 watts a kilo and then smash each other at 5 at the end, 6, 7 at the end. That's not happening today. Today's a race. Today's all out. Hey, here's Kyle. I had a quick look, and consistency is really paying off for Kyle here because where is he in the championships? I just saw it before, folks. So anyways, I'm going to go down the course here quickly. Gil Mattiau, then we got Alenio 79, Carol Susik in third, Bear Remy, Hinsbergen, Erland, Stefan Schmidt, L. Roland, Grosjean, and Tranberg. That's the top 10. Tuden's in 11th, would probably be a lot higher. I'm going to guess top 4 if he didn't miss a couple of his races. And as Neil said in his blog up above, Luca not showing up really helped out Gil's chances this week. We got Cervello Kevin. Oh, look at this. Andy up, 14th place overall. And it's going to have probably a pretty close battle here with Cervello Kevin and Boogie Bill. They're going to be keeping an eye on each other. Niels Brenham in 17th. We got Rocket Roy 16th. Hey, here's Ratim, the Czech rider. Slyfly, 22nd place overall. That's fantastic. And just moving back here, Scriptnet in 25th. Yaya Reki 26th. And remember, not everyone's showing up to every race, so this can really mix things up. Like, okay, so here I am looking at the standings. Andy Emo. Now, I'm going to jump to the front right away. Bet you Andy Emo's up there. Andy is only 31st in the series overall. And not to say only, because 31st in this series is pretty high ranked. But it's probably because Andy missed some races at some point. Should probably be somewhere at the top 10. So let's bounce to the front and see what's going on. Okay, we're moving up, seeing a lot of familiar names here. Yep, here we go. This is starting to look very familiar at the front. And I just said it, Andy Emo. There he is. So Andy obviously hasn't done all the races, or something happened, maybe at a disconnect. You know, sometimes I can't remember exactly what's going on here. Hinsbergen taking the lead at the moment, pushing at 8 watts a kilo. Well, that's Andy pushing. Maybe Hinsbergen's going out hard at the beginning, which would be a good strategy. I'm thinking today, some of these bigger power riders, the ones that are capable of pushing, 400 watts, 300 to 400 watts in that range, they might want to try to get away from these pesky lightweight climbers, because the climbing part of this is just going to absolutely shatter the bigger riders, the more powerful riders. I'm expecting Alenio 79 to just pull out some magic tricks today and just rocket up that hill. Okay, so yeah, let's just quickly go through it. Andy Emo, Tuden, Hinsbergen, Gil Mattiau, Carol Suzik, L. Rowan, Carlo Calcagni, Okay, Carlos here. Hasn't been around lately, so doesn't really count. I don't think that much in the overall standings. Okay, L. Rowan, Niels Brenham, Stefan Schmidt. Yeah, Stefan's really is placed quite high right now, and so is Niels Brenham. Grosjean, as I said before, I think he rounds out the top 10 of the Thursday Championship Series. Let's have a quick peek at that, folks. We're going to have a quick look here. I've got the little thing here on my handy-dandy little phone. Yeah, actually, Grosjean's in 9th place overall. Just scanning down, Niels Brenham is in 17th. And Rocket Roy. I can see Rocket Roy. Yeah, everyone's here to play today, folks, because Rocket Roy is 16th overall and is not letting riders like Neil Burnham get away at this point. Okay, a lot of familiar stuff here. So, yeah, we're off to a good start here, folks. Just going to see what's going on. Tuden and those guys. Wyverns is up here today. I think Wyverns missed a couple races too because, again, another rider that I would say is probably like a top 10-ish rider, but quite a ways down in the standings. So obviously life commitments, maybe a job, maybe whatever else, maybe sickness got in the way of racing one week. We got Bear Remy here as well. Placed quite high in the standings, I believe. Yeah, Bear Remy's 4th overall. So top three, Gil Matteo, Elenio, and Carroll. Point spread, 932 to 961. So there's, like less than 30 points between those three. So this should turn out to be quite interesting. Just going to pop down the field here. Look for some of my friends. Let's take a look. I know Neil is not here today. I think he's going to have to do one of the later races, I think he told me. So he's going to have to race for his life. Okay, we got Mako way back here. I wonder if it's a late start for Mako. Probably. Fred Tang, new name. Lot of new names here I'm seeing right now. Yusuf, Enzo, Lexa, Damien, Ba, Raphael. So new names. Let's just let the front groups get away as we kind of explore these new people at the back. We got Juan Sec. Jay Aguilera is with MJ 1969. How's it? One of the user profiles, RC30. Hey, here's Stelvio bound. Looking sharp. TB Ribby. Yeah, that's a regular. Lukey Scav. Think I've seen this name before. Lots of good groups here. Let's have a little course layout before we start getting onto the climb. So what did I get up to today, folks? Did a little 10K. I think I was riding in Bucharest. And I forgot to download the route. My internet's not the greatest. So it kept stalling out of me. So I just went into Google Maps mode. And even though I don't like the map modes that much in here, I think we need more detail. It just looks kind of blurry to me. Wow, later on today, I'm going on Google Maps. And I'm going to check out Bucharest because there's some cool buildings there. I think it's at one of the turns. There's this gigantic, it looks like a huge hill with some kind of fortress on top. Maybe it's a castle. And I remember distinctly, I couldn't read the names. There was these two curved buildings. They look gigantic on the other side of the road that you kind of went through. And again, map mode. So that's my fun for this afternoon. We'll be doing that. Okay, so yeah, we got a good spread here already. Looks like a pretty wicked start to this one. And we are hitting the first kind of start of the climbs. Just the lead up, the gentle lead ups here. 3% false flatty. Gil Matteo, Carlo Calcagni here. Now, last time I saw Carlo Calcagni, I was watching the rider and it was like 6 watts per kilo all the way. So I'm not sure if there's a calibration issue, a weight issue. I don't really know. I don't know everyone here. So I'm just going to leave it there for now and see what pans out. Rouvy's algorithm can figure things out too. Penalize people that maybe their power doesn't look right compared to their weight or past performances. But has been at the front before. I saw a race where he just walked away from the field. And you know what? It was a GUR race I did a while back. Basically walked away from the best GUR riders, which, well, okay. So we'll see how this goes down today, right? But yeah, so I got my usual cast of characters here, all the usual names. Andy Emo. Looks like Andy's just fallen back off the main pack at this point, just ahead of Wyverns. This is a good group that can get together here, these two. Stefan Schmidt can get into the mix as well. So I think let's just take a look here and see where Stefan is ranked in the overall standings. Stefan's actually ranked 7th overall. And if I look closely, Stefan only has a 2-point gap over El Roland at the moment. And let's say 30, well, I can't even think of my brain right now, 36-point gap, something like that, over Grosjean. So we got to make sure Stefan gets up there. Which I think Stefan's doing fine right now. So who's ahead of him? El Roland's ahead of him and Grosjean. Now, where are those riders? El Roland is ahead. So El Roland's got themselves in a good position. It's just, can El Roland hang on? I see El Roland a lot out front. And some of these hills, he just kind of drifts off the back. And no doubt, I mean, I'd be blown out the back. Look how hard these guys are riding up this hill here right now. 7 watts per kilo out of El Roland, just hanging in there. I'd really like to see El Roland do good. Again, you've heard me say it. I saw El Roland go on a massive 1 kilometer solo break. I don't think it was part of the Muckers. I think it was the Gur race, one of the very first Gur races I covered. And he almost got away. Almost made it. So I love a breakaway. I'm the guy that watches Tour de France, Vuelta, Giro, any race. And I will cheer for anyone that goes in the breakaway and is out there all day by themselves. Because the odds are totally against them. Okay, we got the big gun Tuden here, pushing the front. How's Tuden going to do on these hills today? I mean, I don't want to say that's Tuden's weak point, but that's probably where he's not as strong. He's a big power sprinter, big numbers. The hills, I think, kind of get to him after a while. Now, okay, Carlo's coming to the front. Let's see what kind of numbers he's pushing here. So Carlo would be, 65, 70 kilograms maybe. So I think Carlo's background is that he's military service. I believe he was a colonel, and Italian, I believe, too. Okay, here we go, folks. You can look at the road climbing in front of us. It's pretty, it's steep when you can actually see the steepness. You always see that the Tour de France and all the races where they say the camera kind of foreshortens it or makes it look not as steep. Like, this is steep. We're straight away into 14%. Here comes Bear Remy right to the front. Ooh, we're getting grindy here. Yeah, this is just 16% through here, and it's not just a little snippet of red. It's kind of extended through here. Bear Remy, Carlo Calcagni, Erland. Let's see who's going to fall off the back first. El Roland is just hanging on at the back here right now. Hinsbergen has been cracked off the back just 10 meters. Hinsbergen's got to control this. I do see Wyverns and Andy Ammo coming up from behind. Maybe they can all get together. Those three would be an incredible team to work together. Yeah, we're in this deep red stuff here. Look at all the people from behind coming up so fast on the yellow sections where it's not very steep. Andy Emo, just hanging on. Okay, we've got Wyverns, Hinsbergen. See, Hinsbergen's fallen. No, Hinsbergen is fighting his way back. This is awesome. He's clawing his way back to El Roland. So El Roland's just getting bridged off the back right now. And I see this happen. Not like the all-out pesky climber. Tuden is just riding like so well today to hang with the climbers. And so is Gil Matteo. This is serious, folks. This is totally serious. Where is Elenio at the moment? I did see Elenio, didn't I? Yes, here's Elenio. Okay. Elenio is not having the ride of the day. Elenio is finding himself a bit further back. And you know what? I think this happened in the last race as well. Elenio didn't have the greatest ride. Obviously, something's affecting Elenio right now that I don't know. I don't know him personally. Could be some sickness. It's still flu season. We don't really know. It could be a minor injury. Look at Keith up here. Keith, rocking it in 12th place. We got Mignana in 13th, Niels Burnham in 14th, Stefan Schmidt in 15th. Rocket Roy is 16th in place and 16th overall, I believe, in the standings right now. M4B. We're going to go back to Anatso, Tranberg. Okay, here's a new name for me. Prize. Mokirk. Something like that. Grosjean hanging in 21st place. Oh, look at this. Boogie Bill's right there as well. Bat Builder, Chorus, Nigel Hardy. Got a lot of the Muckers jerseys here. The UK jersey. Diego Donati. Lefty Lean. Here's a new one for me. Heike Hart. Ah, here he is himself. Yes, and I will not forget your name this time, Mr. Celestina. It is Yerne. Yerne, let's go. Good job. Okay, folks, you got to remember, okay, I'm just going to jump to the front here because, you know, I'm going to miss something and everyone's going to get ticked off at me. Yeah, stuff's going on already. So look at this. Gil Mattiau, Tuden, Carlo Cagni are up the road. We're looking from Carol's perspective right now. Carol and Erland are here, and we've got 3 riders up ahead. Gil Mattiau, Tuden, and Carlo Cagni. Gil Mattiau is on a mission today. I think he's just going all out. Ooh, phone battery's getting low. Let's see if we hang in here. So, yeah, Gil is on a mission. Elenio's nowhere nearby. Carol's in 4th, not that far behind. Carlo, I don't think really even counts in the standings right now. Hasn't shown up enough. Bear Remy is back in 6th. So there's between Bear Remy's 4th overall in the standings, and Gil is 1st with a 41-point spread. So Gil would have to blow up, fall apart, fall back 30 places, I believe, and Bear Remy would need to be a top finisher for anything to flip-flop there. To be honest, I'm not really sure how all the points work, but that sounds good anyways. Okay, so they're at the top. They're just cresting the top of the first kick. And then we're going to have a bit of downhill, actually. So let's just pop back. Here's Fred Tang. Rafael Fontaine. A lot of new names. E. Chavez. Is this Esteban? Is he retired? Okay, Esteban Chavez is back here. No longer rides for EF. Just kidding around here, folks. Let's see if anyone else has decided to start. No. So it looks like we got P. Vlasveld and Esteban at the back. Esteban's probably a late starter. Power's looking pretty good. Think he should be placed higher than that. We're going to move up Mako, Jay Aguilera. And I'll bounce around. Here's Phil. Hey, Phil. Great job turning out for the Gem City Team Time Trial last Friday. I think you were on the second team that went. I think Lloydie's team, I believe. Again, and I was going to that thing before there. Let's take a look here. So the front 3 have already done the downhill, and they're now kicking up again. Yeah, Phil. Let's go back to Phil. I get confused with names sometimes and what teams or people are on. I find between the Rouvy names and the Discord names and the Strava names and the YouTube names, I have to try to correlate them all in my head on the fly, and I'm not perfect at it. So I know last week when I was watching Celestina J, Yerne, when I was watching the race, in his head I was just grasping for his name, and I could not get his name during the race, so I apologize for that. But Yerne, you're here today. Hey, take a look at this. Keith, pesky climber, moving up into 9th place, now riding solo with L. Rowland just behind him. Wow, look at the landscape here. Just so barren. Just looks like little scrub grass and sages and whatever else may be on the side of the road. Yeah, it looks just barren, deserted, lonely. I love it. Now all we need to see next is some dry stone walls here, and my day is complete. Not a fan of these fences. This is too much like around home here. These pounded in fences with the wires. I want dry stone walls. Okay, that's an inside joke. We're going to go back here to the front. Carlo Calcagni pushing ahead. 5 watts per kilo. Yeah, would be 65 kilogram rider, I believe. And we've got Gil Mattiau here with Tuden. Ooh, yeah, Tuden and Gil are going toe-to-toe today. So in the last race, I believe they went toe-to-toe as well. And Gil just caught Tuden at the finish. And I think it was the week before that Tuden demolished everyone in the sprint, from what I remember. Again, lots of races going through my brain right now, plus my own stuff. So what did I do today? Well, I did the Capto Fermentor. Put my personal best on. I think they call it PR in here. I like to say PB, maybe because I like peanut butter and jam sandwiches. I got demolished by myself. My best time on Captive Fermentor is 22:11, and today it took me 24:02. I mean, so demoralizing, but whatever, it's over. Just not my day today. I think when I did the 22:11, it was a race event that Team GRC put on. Almost positive about that. So I probably had a lot more drafting going on. Maybe it was bike selection. I just didn't feel like I had it at all today. Yeah, look at these guys at the front here. 6 watts per kilo all the way up this baby. They're on the run. These two know if we get over the top first, we're gone. These two they're big enough and strong enough that we're going to have a sprint finish at the end. Between these two here. Carlo just desperately hanging on. Okay. And so, yeah, again, I think I was talking about Carlo before. Colonel, Italian, para-Olympian is what I remember. So I think he does a lot of, I guess maybe it's hand bikes? I'm not really sure. I just saw a quick article about it. So 4th place now at the moment is Erland. We've got Carroll, Bear Remy, Wyvern. So Wyvern's moved up really well. Hinsbergen is right there. Keith Oldgit climbing away. Okay, so Alenio is making up a lot of ground. Now, earlier on when I saw Alenio, it was quite a ways back. El Roland just slowly slipping off. We got Rocket Roy here. I don't know much about Rocket Roy. See him in every Muckers race. Love to know more. Andy Emo's right behind Rocket Roy. Lefty Lane, new rider to me. We got Mignani here from the GER team. Niels Brenham. Anatso. Seen this name before. I just remember from the jersey. I don't even know what jersey this is. Well, could it be a Norwegian jersey maybe? Is that what that is? It's hard for me to tell. Yeah, so Niels Brennan, Mignana, Stefan Schmidt. Come on, Stefan, doing good. This rider is going to call him prize for a moment. 19th place, I don't know who this is. We got Tranberg, M4B, Nigel Hardy. I'm just going to work my out. Here he is again. Here's Urinay. He's here. Doc PS. Don't know much about this rider, but he's always out for the Muckers races. Bat Builder. I mean, look how close these riders are. They're all just, they've got little carrots dangling in front to chase. Chorus doing well here. Boogie Bill. Yes. We've got Grosjean. So I think, yeah, Grosjean is 9th overall in the standings. So we're going to have to do some fighting here to keep our position. Diego Donati. Linden 65, another new rider to me. That's him. Looking good. Let's see what we got here. Heike Hardy. Hart. That's what I want to say. Ladies rider, right here. Here's a new name to me, JRS. Francois, VDP. Oni D, see this rider all the time too. I'm just going through Warstrol. It's kind of interesting to see all these brand new riders coming out for the final race in the event. Oh, Svard. Badiscom. Silly Sill, she's back. She's been away for 2 races. She went on an epic ski trip and barely made it home. I think, yeah, like it became like an epic trek to get back home. I think she was skiing, I don't know, somewhere in Italy. I saw a picture. Snow looked pretty bad. Yeah, this is probably why a lot of us here drive trucks with big, huge tires on them to try to get through that stuff. But all it takes is one car to block the road, and then you're screwed. Okay, let's get back to the front. Let's see. We got Tuden here, Gil Mattiau, Carlo Cagni. So Carlo's been dropped a little bit here. Look at Gil resting, just coasting downhill, 72k an hour, top speed, getting into Tuden's draft at the moment. These two are just going to absolutely bomb down here. Top speed, yeah, they're both trying to get their heart rates down, just spinning lightly, 50 RPMs type thing, because really, you're not going to be applying too much pressure at this point. We've got Erland. Erland's just getting over the top now. 8 watts per kilo over the top, accelerating to get over the 9 watts per kilo, trying to get a little bit of a gap on Bear Remy. You can see it going down here. Erland's able to pull away, and for some reason I think Bear Remy's a smaller climber, and maybe Erland's a bit bigger, so can Erland pull on Bear Remy at the moment? Kirill's fallen back to 6th place. Wyverns, Hinsbergen, It's getting to the top. Keith not that far behind. Keith is with Rocket Roy. Sorry, Keith is with Elenio. Okay, so let me look at my cheat sheet here. Yeah, Elenio is ranked second overall in the standings. But, Gil has got it sewn up right now. He's at the front. So Gil and Tuden, they're just going to toogle down this hill together. Tuden's quite a ways back in the standings. 11th, quite a ways. He's in 11th place overall. But, I got to say there's 1 or 2 races he's missed. Look at this. Gil's going 14 watts per kilo, accelerating on this green stuff, catching Tuden out. Tuden's coming back, though. Yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back. Gil made an effort there to get away, trying to catch Tuden sleeping. Okay, Tuden's back on. What's left in their tanks? This is going to be a sprint for glory. Now Tuden's taking the lead again. Comes right around Gil. And we got Carlo Cagni coming up fast from behind, 8 watts per kilo here. Okay, he's coming hard. You can see them now. Tuden's pushing hard at 10 watts a kilo at the moment. Oh, we're coming right to the finish, folks. With only 150 meters to go, Tuden has a lead now over Gil of 30 meters. Gil's just, like I'd say, Gil's just cruising. Gil is cruising because he's won the championship series at this point. Cal Cagni passes, but that doesn't really matter because he's not even in the championship series. At least not high enough in the standings to make a difference. I'd actually have to look his name up here. I'm going to have to move back a little bit here to find some other folks I've been looking for. Here comes Erland. So Erland's going to finish alone. We got Carol and Bear Remy coming in together. So from what I can tell right now, Gil's won the championship series for February. Had a big enough lead there. We're going to do some bouncing back here, folks. I haven't seen enough people at the back. And bombing downhill here, not much is going to change. Let's take a look back here. Here's Niels Burnham. He's just came over the top, starting the descent. He's got a gap on Mignana, but Mignana's coming into focus now. Take a look here. Coming back to Tranberg, Stefan Schmidt, Nigel Hardy. So where is Stefan Schmidt? Stefan Schmidt is 7th overall. There could be some big changes in the standings today. Let's have a look here. Moving back a little bit more. Okay, here's Yurny again. We got Doc, M4B, Bat Builder. I mean, look how close all these riders are. Chorus is right with Bat Builder here. Linden 65. Okay, so Linden 65 does have a Muckers jersey on. I just haven't seen them before. So perhaps they've just taken some time off. Coming back now. Grosjean in 28th position. So Grosjean in the standings is 9th overall. So this could affect Grosjean in the standings. It all depends how the other ones work out. Like, you could have a bad ride, but if everyone else has a bad ride too, it's okay. If everyone, if you have a sick day and someone's on fire that day, you could lose a lot of places. I mean, today when I did my Captain for Mentor, I thought, I'm just going to follow myself up the hill, sprint at the last second, and get my new personal record. Nope. Minute and 45 seconds slower on basically a 22-minute ride. So horrible. But that's my day. Don't worry about it. Boogie Bill 70. Chasing goes on. Boogie Bill is 15th overall in the series. Andy up, 14th place. I don't see Andy right now. I wonder if Andy had to do the ride at a different time. Heike Hart here. I think, where did I see Heike in the standings? And just, too, my friend Yurne, he's 23rd overall in the standings. Slyfly in 22nd. Actually, where is Slyfly at the moment? I gotta find these people. Okay, here's Svard. Seen this name a lot. Svard's 28th overall in the standings. Yeah, some riders aren't here today. Batiscum. Oh, Mateus Hale. Okay. Yep, familiar names. Silly Sill, Mike Hay. Here's Andy. Okay. So Andy is in 42nd place at the moment, riding with Mike and Silly. I think Andy and Sylvia ride together quite a bit. They ride at the same kind of pace. I think Mike's nearby them a lot too. Oh, here he is. Slyfly. Okay, so Slyfly is 22nd overall in the series. Currently 45th on this route. So we're going to have to see what happens. How all... I don't know what to say. How the marbles fall down the board, how things play out, where do things land. You know, it's okay to have an okay race as long as everyone else does, but it's your direct competitors right nearby you got to watch out for. Scriptnet, here's another one. Scriptnet is 25th overall, currently just rolling down the hill in 48th place. Oh, now pushing some power, chasing after Ingmar. New rider to me. We've got Squalo Del LP here. A Wool, seen them a lot. Shim, I just say Shim all the time. Hey, here's Kyle back here, 55th place. I'm not sure where Kyle is at in the standings at the moment. Let's take a look. Trying to look here, folks. Yeah, so there's some people that only show up once in a while at these races. Okay, I'm not really sure where Kyle is right now in the standings. I'm looking hard, but I'm also trying to keep track of the race. Regina L. Regina's always here too. Just chasing after Kyle right now. Anani Must. Okay, seen this rider a lot. Here's Roger. Okay. Hey, you know what's funny? Me and Roger just discussed this morning. He goes, don't forget I'm in the race today. Because I asked, is anyone in the Muckers race? He goes, yep, I am. Don't forget this time. Well, guess what? Until now, I forgot. And I promised him I wouldn't. I get too caught up in the race. So Roger's here representing Team GRC, getting some points in with the Muckers, and probably completing his Babel Ride Across Britain challenge. I think there's only 3 or 4 days left in that. Guess what? I've done none of them. I've been doing some other stuff. Okay, Dolph is here. Riding solo today, it looks like. Yep, and we got the Birdman. Rick the Birdman. Okay. Brian Novo _SK. No idea. Misha. Mikey 73, yes. Giacomotti. Easy Spanner. There's so many names here. Oh, tons of new riders. Love this name, Rhodes Panther. Yes. We got Jeff here. Jeff 65 is now just on the little, I guess you would call it the saddle before the last little bump up. Tom Builder. When I hear Tom Builder, all I can think of right now is Pillars of the Earth for some reason. Isn't that crazy? I read that book so many years ago. If you've never read it, it's fantastic. I really hope you are called after Tom Builder from the books. Let's go back here. Okay, so how's Roger doing? Yep. Okay, so Roger's, the worst of it's over for Roger. He can recover now, get downhill. He's chasing after the Birdman. Where is everyone else here? So here's Jeff. Okay, Jeff, Tom Builder, Mako, Mick. Mick's here in 73rd place. Chasing after OG. We got Stelvio bound. Let's see who's last out there. Who is bringing up the sweep? We got User here. We got Fred Tang. Oh, they're grinding through this 15 and 16%. I can imagine here in real life, this is probably a nightmare when the winds are blowing. Like, there's nothing on the sides of the roads here. There's no trees. There's nothing to hide behind. Marine, ZZI, TB Ribby. Here's Phil again, who I mentioned earlier in the Friday TTT. Esteban. It's right back here. Jay Aguilera. Yaya Reki broke down. That's too bad on the steep stuff. Okay, let's bounce forward, folks. A lot of finishes coming up here now. Scriptnet coming in for 46th place. Sorry, 47th place. We got Jammy. We're on Jammy right now. Jammy. Not sure if I've seen this name before. We got Scriptnet here coming in for 47th. Being pursued by Ingmar. Ingmar's chasing. They're both pushing close to 7 watts per kilo at this point. So yeah, we're just going to follow the little sprint finishes here. I'm going to keep, it looks like there's a good gap so everyone can get a little bit of a camera shot on them. Scriptnet's going to hold off Ingmar. In fact, Ingmar's just coasting now. Like, hey man, race is over. I'm not racing you. Let's just chill across the line. 40th place, nice job. Then we've got W.A. McClintock coming in solo, 8 watts per kilo here. Nice job. Just keeping Squalo Del LP honest. Squalo coming in at over 6 watts per kilo. Great stuff for 50th place. Awesome. Then we've got Rouvy Brian coming in, chasing after Squallow. 51st place. Ooh, look at this name. Giller. Motrippy. Being chased by A-Wool. A-Wool's trying to get around. A-Wool, women's rider. Didn't know that. Seen the name before. Pushing hard. Almost 5 watts per kilo. Going to use this last little kicker to her advantage. She might be able to hold off the more powerful rider. Chasing hard. Yep. Holding a 10-meter gap. Excellent job here by A-Wool. Love to know your real name. Giller coming in too. Anon he must is coming in. 54th place, pushing hard, 6 watts per kilo. Shim and Kolosky. Look at Kolosky here. Kyle is digging in hard at 8 watts per kilo, trying to catch Anon at the last second. Great job, Kyle. Shim coming in as well. Rick the Birdman is in the finishing chute. We got Regina L. pounding out 7 watts a kilo here, smashing her quads apart. Roger coming in, nice chasing after Regina. We got, oh man, I just missed Dolph there. Okay, so Dolph, here he is. Okay, I got Dolph back. Dolph's finishing. Brian Novo, new rider to me, _SK. I see SK, I want to think Saskatchewan, but no, it's not, I'm assuming. Mikey 73, Misha here. Who's going to kick at the last second? Misha's kicking at 10 watts a kilo. Look at this. Mikey at 10 watts a kilo as well. Misha might have a big enough gap, 4-meter gap. He's got it. Nice job. Brian coming in as well. Easy spanner. Kicking over top of Giacomatti for 64th place. Here's Jeff. Jeff 65. Got a little 30-meter gap on Rota Basalo. Rota Beloso. Sorry about that. So Giacomatti's finishing. Jeff's coming in that round. We've got Rota Beloso. We're going to go back to Rhodes Panther. Or Rhodes Panther. Sounds cool anyways. Mako is being chased by Tom Builder. Yeah, you know, I read that book back in university, The Pillars of the Earth. I remember a friend passed it to me, and he goes, I'm like, hey man, what's it about? And he goes, just trust me. That's all he had to say. I'm like, yeah, but what's it about? Trust me. 8.6 watts a kilo out of Tom Builder, smashing it. Yes, great job. Mako coming in for 70th. Mr. Piro, another rider, new name to me, coming in solo, 71st place, ahead of OG, who will be 72nd. Mick Michelle, I'm not really sure what to say. I want to say Mick Michael, 73rd place. Yeah, these positions are pretty much confirmed for these riders because then it's a kilo, why would I say that? A kilometer. Yeah, dude, it's like a click back, bro. Yeah, it's a kilometer back to Stelvio bound. Trust me, we don't say clicks or kilos for kilometers here in Canada. It's kilometers. That just jumped in my head. I think I was watching like a Vietnam movie or something. Anyways, Stelvio bound, cruising downhill now. Just, yeah, applying some pressure. Got a good gap to RC30. So, yeah, we're going to watch this one here. Okay, yeah, Mr. Piro's got it with OG coming 40 meters behind. They're done now, so I'm just trying to see some riders that are close enough together to get a little bit of a sprint. Stelvio Bound's going to finish solo, bombing down this barren landscape. I mean, what is this land used for? We could be in a park for all I know. Very few trees, so either they've all been chopped down. Obviously, there's some young trees here. Maybe it's so windy these trees don't even want to grow here, but could have been a lot of forestry in the past, I would imagine. I bet you this is just grazing land for cattle, sheep maybe. I don't see the dry stone walls here at all, so yeah, not very happy about that. Okay, I'm just getting a little bit goofy here today, folks. Hey, February 29th, tomorrow, March 1st, spring is here. Guess what? We're back to minus 30 next week. Love it. So we've got some nice days right now. It's warm, it's sunny, it's above freezing, but the wind is blowing so freaking hard. You still need a jacket on. It's not nice outside. And then next week, yeah, like daytime temps, Celsius is minus 15. Overnight lows are minus 29, minus 28. So out here where I live, might get to minus 30. Like, that's got to be the end of it. It's got to be the end of it. Give me some spring. Okay, RC30 finishing alone. We're going to go back to Enzo 7773. Going to finish solo. We got, Fred Tango is coming up from behind. These two might get a bit sprinty. Probably both fairly new to Rouvy, level 17 and level 24. Still decked out in Rouvy black and purple gear on Rouvy bikes. We're going to bounce back to Lexa. I've seen this rider before as well. Finishing solo. User, finishing solo. Then it's like a full kilometer back. Like there's a big gap here now, folks. A lot of these riders. But it's fun to see them bomb downhill, isn't it? Wonder what these little lines here are on the map. Like, what does all that mean? What did they use this area for? I'm not really sure. Yeah, Google Maps it is. We're going to have a great afternoon doing that. That, job hunting, resumes, make a resume for the billionth time. I'm in the land of being unemployed, and yeah, it's getting on my nerves, but I'm pretty upbeat all the time, so all good. MJ 1969 here. Hey, here's Phil again. So Phil, what did you think of the team time trial we did? And I know I seen your name the first time was in riding Muckers. I think you were probably in a team. Maybe you were in Andy Lloyd's team, or you were in one of the teams that jumped in at the last second. For those of you that don't know, who was broken down there? Missed that. Look at Phil here. He's catching up with MJ 1969. So for the team time trial we did, it was a group ride team time trial, so there is some magnet effect, but you want to protect your leader. We had 8 teams, and 2 of the teams had 4 riders, so we had 38 riders show up for that on Friday. So we're going to be doing it again. There's a video on my channel if you want to check it out. Don't forget, Inside Cycling World. Please subscribe if you like these videos. I like doing them. You know what's funny today too? I just reached out to the first person, actually, in my Discord channel, in the Team GRC Discord channel. Let me correct myself there. We always talk nutrition and stuff, and I'm the worst. Like, I go into a 2-hour ride with a bottle of water. Maybe 2 if I really want to take care of myself. No food, no snacks. So I started thinking, I got to start getting on some gels and this and that. So I found a good one. It's based in Canada. I think it's called Endurance Tap, if you've heard of it. I know Lionel Sanders, superstar triathlete, uses it. Also a Canadian. Why do I want to stick with them? And I don't know them. They've done nothing for me. I do nothing for them. But, I just thought, well, let's just keep it local. I reached out to them today, so I'm trying to look for people to work with. Maybe get some promo codes for everyone to use. It may not work that well, only because I'm reaching out to local ones, so maybe shipping doesn't work that way. But anyways, I'm just talking out loud here. I'm trying to get the channel big, so that we can cover more races. I can put more time into it, because I do love doing this. We got TB Reby here coming in. E. Chavez. 1 sec. So yeah, big gaps, folks. There's a kilometer. There's 800 meters. So at this point, TB Reby's finishing, and then we're 800 meters back to E. Chavez. It's going to finish quick, though. This is all downhill at 60k an hour to cover 800 meters. 1 sec's a further 900 meters back. Then we're almost 2 kilometers back to J. Aguilera. M. Yusuf. Just getting over the end of the kind of the brutal stuff. Little lobe, low point to go through, and then one more little slight kick, and you are finished. Ooh, look at Raphael here, just battling his way. Come on, Raphael, you can do this. Raphael has just put his foot down here in the 18% stuff. Don't really blame him. This is tough. Look at this, though. What a champion. Get pedaling. Just do it. So Raphael is moving again. I love this. Come on, Raphael. These hills can be pretty brutal if you're not new. Let's see what we got here. So we've got people broken. We got Matt Jazz. I've seen Matt Jazz before. Broken down. Yaya Reki. Broken down. Maybe broken by the hill. We don't know. And then there's Raphael just up the road here. This 18%. That's where Yaya Reki's gone. That's where Matt Jazz is gone. So he's in the 16% stuff. Then we got Damien further back. Again, folks, I don't know why these people are disconnected. It could just be their computer, their router. They didn't want to ride anymore. They looked at the hill coming up and they thought, there's no way I'm doing it. Eduardo Armada from Gur could easily be a top, 5 rider in this race, maybe top 3 rider in this race. Never even started, so showed up and got distracted by something else. Eduardo's trying. See, this is what I like to see. Eduardo is trying no matter what to get up this hill. And, pure speculation here. I don't know Raphael at all. Raphael Fontaine. I love saying Fontaine. It's funny, there's a, we're just going off topic here, folks. There's a resort that just opened up last December in Las Vegas. I go there a lot. Now, this building was first built in 2008. It's one of the biggest buildings on the Strip. Housing crisis came in 2008, and the thing sat there. When I first started going to Vegas in 2018, it had been sitting for 10 years. And people were like, well, they're probably going to bulldoze it, blow it up, get rid of it. And every time I go back to Vegas, I probably go 3-4 times a year, just checking out new resorts. Trust me, I'm not a crazy gambler. I probably gamble $200 or something when I'm there. I like the hot weather. People are like, well, why would you go? It's so hot. I like hot. I'm not going to die in the hot, but you can die in the cold. I'll take plus 40 Celsius over minus 40 Celsius any day of the week. If you want minus 40, go ahead. That's the kind of stuff you die in. Your skin freezes and you get frostbite. And then you have chunks of your skin coming off. Trust me, I've been through it. I've slept outside at minus 45 with my dog team. Yeah, look at this. Raphael, you are champion. Oh yeah, so anyways, that building in Vegas. So then I started going in 2018. We go a lot, lots of concerts. If you ever want to see concerts, go to Vegas. There's so many residencies there. And just the weirdest bands, things I would never think of going and seeing, I go see there. Because they're there. It's so easy. So anyways, that building, it's a big blue colored building. And in December of 2023, I think they announced early in the year that it was going to be done. And people were like, what? How? And everyone doubted them. December 2023, Fontaine Bleu opened. They call it the Fountain Blue. So it's Fontaine Bleu. Same thing, right? So when I see Fontaine here, that's how I want to say it. Raphael Fontaine, look at him battling on. I almost want to start cheering for this guy. I am cheering for this guy. 88th place, last rider out there. Yes, you got this, man. I think this rider's going to finish no problem. Up ahead, we got Jay Aguilera finishing. We also have M. Youssef coming into the finish now. And then Raphael is out there by themselves, more than 5 kilometers back. But give this rider credit for continuing on through this nightmare of a climb. I mean, yeah, here we go. He's at 11, 12% now. It's going to get steep again on him. But I think this is not going to be that 18% stuff. We're probably talking 14, 15. And just over this next little sector, he's taking lots of breaks, probably just like dying. Oh, yeah, so I was doing some speculation before. Raphael Fontaine with that crazy number. No idea. What I am seeing here, though, is Raphael is a level 4 rider, so could be brand new to inside cycling, indoor cycling, smart trainers and all that. So this is probably a pretty epic effort for Raphael. So anyways, folks, I don't have a lot of time today to stick around. So what I'm going to do, because I want to get this video uploaded, so when I'm done, oh my, Raphael disconnected. Okay, well, hopefully Raphael can come back because I hope he finishes this thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it short here and get this thing uploaded as quick as I can so you guys can watch all the replay. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.